purpose of life. Purpose of life is to live and to learn. But what is the ultimate purpose? Where are we going with this? Is it one short lifespan, 100 years? Is that it? Is it possible that's it? I can't believe that. It's hard for me to believe that this is the one and only life that I'm going to live. And that there has to be a purpose. There has to be a reason that we learn things, that we feel things. Actually, I was watching one of the videos from an atheist, and I forget his name at the time, but the Great Atheist or something like that. But he talked about eternity. He talked about after 100,000 years, after learning classical guitar, after making works of art, that eternity would be boring. And after consuming knowledge of hundreds of thousands of years and millions of years, and then going to sleep for 100,000 years, but then waking up, and he said, life, it would just be boring eternity. And this particular conversation that he had, even though he's an atheist, it actually proved to me and answered a question that I had about life. And in his explanation of eternity and why it wouldn't be feasible, it actually filled in the blanks for me. Because I thought to myself, this is why life is. This is why we have life. We have to break up the monotony of eternity by living a life and forgetting. And it wouldn't be, if we knew that we were eternal beings and that we were here to live, and the only consequence of our action is education, then it would be absolute anarchy. It would be absolute anarchy. We wouldn't understand the power of love and the power of hate, the power of light and the power of darkness. So we forget that we are eternal spiritual beings, and we come to life through birth, and we forget our past, and we have to begin again. We have to understand, and we take some knowledge of our past with us. That's what creates our individuality. That's why we're all different, and that's why we're all special, because we are all different. There's nobody in the world out there who thinks and speaks exactly like I do. There's nobody in the world out there that speaks and thinks exactly like you do. You are rare. You are an individual, and you are unique. Now, if you ever watch those shows like Treasures in the Attic, where people find these things, they bring them on a show, and then there's an expert that explains the value. Well, if you notice, the value of something is increased by its rarity. Say there's only 25 of those things in the world, it increases the value. If there's 10 of those things in the world, the value goes up. If there's 2, if there's only 1, it's priceless. And I believe that each one of us are an individual. It doesn't have to do with our color, our creed, our religion. It's our spirit. It's the inner me, the inner you, that is absolutely unique. And I think that we may have traveled through each species that lives on this planet. those that fly in the sky and those that live underwater and those that crawl upon this land. I think we've lived life through all of these species. And I think we come up through the food chain until we reach our human state. Obviously, these are just hypotheses. They're neither right or wrong, can be proved or disproven. It's just hypotheses. It's just a wonder. But this is what I think. And I wonder. And I wonder. I know in my imagination sometimes I think that it would be nice if nobody hated each other in this world and we all got along and everything was peaceful and wonderful, but that's not the way it is. And I don't know if that's the way it will ever be. Maybe sometime in the future, as a species, our consciousness will raise to a point where violence is no longer practical financially. That would be great. But life is a good thing. I wouldn't end it no matter how painful it got, because it's an experience. I remember falling off my tricycle when I was about 4 or 5 years old. And my mother said, "Jump up, jump up. Whatever you do, jump up. Whenever you fall, jump up." And it stuck with me. And that's what I've been doing. I've been jumping up all my life. Been knocked down, been hurt, heartbroken, financial disaster, whatever. Jump up. And then my father told me, never ever worry about dying. One day when I was depressed and sad, didn't want to live anymore for some stupid reason, my father says, "Don't worry about dying." He said, "It's going to happen naturally, so you don't have to worry about it. You will die, and it will happen eventually, one way or the other." So those two things have carried me. The two polarizing thoughts. Jump up when you're down, and don't worry about dying, because it's going to happen naturally. It was good advice. I love my life. I feel very fortunate to be who I am. I try to pass on words of inspiration when I can to people that may need it. If they ask, they have to knock, and then the door should be open. Anyway, this is a little blog, a little Sunday afternoon blog. Sunday morning, excuse me. Well, I think that's it for now, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching.